Read through the 8th chapter.
A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to gain and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. Amen.
Amen. You may have your seat. And we want to talk from the subject of it's your time.
All right. That's all right.
It's your time. Amen. For somebody here today, it's your time.
All right. All right, come on, preach, Pastor. Yes. Preach.
Amen. It's your time.
Yes.
Of something we just read is your time.
All right, come on.
In the past couple of months, I've had to attend several funerals. A couple of them I actually performed, if you would, and a couple of others I read some scriptures. And you could tell people's lives
All right, come on now.
by how they were remembered in death.
All right, amen.
Those who lived a life of godliness, people had a lot to say.
Amen. Amen.
But those who didn't, folk were mostly silent. Sometimes you wonder if they following that principle. If I can't say something good, I won't say nothing at all. And I'm not preaching about death today.
Come on now.
I'm actually preaching about life.
Yes.
You see, as a student of life and of human behavior, Solomon observed that there is a predetermined season for everything.
Yes, it is.
And a fixed time for every happening. This means that God has programmed every activity into a Godjanic computer. Amen. And as we say, as the Hispanics say Sarai, Sarai. What will be, will be.
All right.
Amen. And as we look at it, it also means that history is filled with cyclical patterns.
All right.
And these happen with unchangeable regularity. So man is locked into a pattern of behavior which is determined by certain inflexible laws or principles. He is a slave to fatalism, to fatalism's clock, amen, and calendar. In these verses 1 through 8, the preacher enumerates 28 activities, amen, which are probably intended to symbolize the whole round of life. Amen. 28, which is the number of the world, which is 4, multiplied by the number of completeness, which is 7. In our lives, everything that happened to us is already predetermined.
Amen.
Yes. Amen.
Yes.
Amen. It's a cycle that we go through.
Yes.
And where we are determines the cycle. Listen to me good here. If you have not surrendered your will to God and begin to learn how to march to his orders and to his will, that is a cycle that you go through.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Because Satan then has control over what happens to you.
All right, come on.
Amen. Y'all heard Proverbs say, trust in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding. That in all your ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your path.
Yes, sir. I know
Amen.
that's right.
If you don't do that, then somebody else is directing your path.
All right, come on.
And he's taking you down the road to destruction. A little bit at a time. If you acknowledge God, then he takes you down the road to eternity.
Yes, he does.
Step by step.
Yes.
And as you follow him by faith, he lights your pathway just for the next
All right now.
step.
Yes, he will.
If you get in a hurry and run off and leave him, then you run in darkness. And when you in darkness, it has already been established what's going to happen when you're running in the dark. Or when you run in the darkness, you hear stuff that you cannot see. And I don't care how many times you've been through that path.
Yes.
Amen. Close your eyes and drive your car down the road that you drive down every day.
Come on now.
And won't you see that you're going to run into something. Our lives have been determined. And it's all based on the principles of which we have no control over.
Say that.
Only control we got is we can choose whether we're going to go straight or crooked. Amen. And when you choose that you're not going to go straight, that's stuff that's waiting on you. Satan had already set the traps.
Yes, sir.
He said, I don't know who's coming, but I know somebody is coming.
Yes.
And I got the traps, and they're the same traps for everybody.
Yes.
Amen. It ain't no secret. If everybody would acknowledge what they've been through, I guarantee you ain't nobody been through nothing that somebody else have already.
All right, come on. Yes, sir.
Unless we look at our young people today, the dangers have got bigger.
All right now.
So true.
Amen. Because Satan used to wait till you get 18, 19, and 20. Amen. Because God has a family unit that the family did some things. We talked about it yesterday during the time with my family, how when we were coming up, there wasn't no such thing as you doing what you want to do till you got out of mom and papa's house.
Thank you. Thank you.
There wasn't no such thing as you demanding a certain type of clothes to wear. Or you eating whatever you wanted to eat on that. There wasn't no talking back. Nobody gave you a choice whether you went to work or not. My father had to quit working at 5 in the 5th grade. Amen. And it wasn't because he didn't like school, because it was time to go to work. And we looked at some pictures, and somebody said, well, there wasn't nobody on the picture but women. They said the men were probably out in the field. I'm talking about the 6th, 7th grade. They were probably still out there. They had no choice.
All right.
But now, we